Hello, hello. Welcome to this live lesson here on the Speak English with Vanessa YouTube channel. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to immerse yourself in English and invest in how you can speak fluent English. Today, we'll be talking about what I think is a wonderful way to help you actually be able to have confidence in the real world and be able to speak with other people, because that's the whole goal of language, is to be able to use it and speak. So if you feel nervous about speaking, if you have trouble finding the words that you want to say, if your dream is to just be able to express yourself fully in English, then you're in the right place. I'm glad you're here. And there are many of you who are already live with me. So I want to say hello to you. Welcome, Vincenzo. Hello, hello. Welcome. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Simon, hello, hello. Thanks for being here. Fatima, thanks for joining me. I'm glad you're here. Welcome from Spain. Thanks so much. I'm glad that you are spending time to be able to improve your English. Well, before we get started, I have a question for you. I want to know, tell me in the comments, where are you from? Let me know if we are representing every single country, maybe every continent. All right, we have HH from South Korea. Wonderful. Hello. Vietnam, hello. Dharma from India, welcome. Algeria, hello. China, hello. Curitiba in Brazil, thanks so much for joining me. Japan, wonderful, wonderful. Thanks so much. India, Korea, Ukraine, hello. Ethiopia, thanks so much for joining me. I know we are all in different time zones and all doing different things this Friday, so I appreciate your ability to take the time to be here. So I want to know, what do you think is the hardest part about speaking in English? There are many different things about speaking in English, whether it is remembering vocabulary, whether it is pronunciation, whether it is just simply having someone to speak with. Let me know, what is the hardest part about speaking in English? And while you are writing your answers, I want to help you with a little bit of pronunciation. So in this question, what is the hardest part about speaking in English? There are some connections that we make when we ask this question, and I want you to be able to use those as well. So when I say what is, something is happening to the T at the end of what. Listen carefully. What is, would. Am I saying what is? Nope. This T is going to change to a D sound in American English. What is the hardest part about speaking in English? Now, I want you to also listen to the word about. About. Did I say about? Nope, I did not. Instead, that final T gets cut off. In fact, I usually call this a stopped T because it is stopped in your mouth. Look at my mouth when I say the word about. About. Do you see that my tongue is stopped at the top of my mouth? There's no puff of air. About. That puff does not come. So we are stopping the T at the end of the word about. Why do we say what is with a D, but then about is a stop T at the end? This is extremely common in spoken English, and it is probably one of the reasons why spoken English is very fast and harder to understand. There is one trick to this. Look at what happens after the word what. It's is. That word starts with a vowel. So that's going to be our key. What is? That T is surrounded by vowels. So you need to say what is. But for the word about, what happens after that word? There's an S. And this is not a vowel. This is a consonant. So when there is a T followed by another word that starts with a consonant, that T is often going to be stopped. This is typical American English. So I want you to listen to me ask this question. I see a lot of you have some wonderful answers that you just wrote out. I will read those in just a minute. I want you to listen to me ask this question, and I want you to repeat it with me. This is your mini pronunciation lesson right now. I want you to listen right now. What is the hardest part about speaking in English? All right, now it's your turn to try to say it with me. Are you ready? What is the hardest part about speaking in English? Did you do it? I hope so. All right, let me read some of your wonderful sentences. Gabriella says the hardest part is remembering the right way to build a sentence. Okay, so we call this sentence structure. Yes, and because of every different native language has different sentence structures, your brain has to reorganize in order to be able to use English sentence structure. And while you're speaking, there's a lot of things to think about. Sentence structure can be tricky. Yes. W-E, you have hit. We say hit the nail on the head. The hardest part is being afraid of making mistakes. You are not alone. Tell me in the comments, have any of you ever been afraid of making mistakes in English? Yes or no? If you say no, maybe you're not human. As adults, especially, we want to be perceived as someone who is intelligent, smart, and in our brains, we think that means not making mistakes. But the reality is you can still be perceived as intelligent and smart, even if you make mistakes. So we need to practice getting rid of that fear, right? Releasing that fear and being able to have more confidence when you speak. When I speak in English, I try not to translate from my mother tongue. I think this is the hardest thing to do. Yes, so we call this turning on your English brain. So being able to switch over and think only in English. The best thing I think you can do to be able to think in English is to try your best, no matter where you live, to create an English immersion environment. Maybe that means turning your phone to English, writing your grocery list in English, only listening to English podcasts, English videos like this one, Netflix in English. Try to create this English immersion experience to build your brain's confidence and skills to turn on that English brain, because this is a tricky thing. Many of you feel like this as well. It's tricky to think in English. Oh, Asil CC says, I don't like people when they judge my English. Yeah, this goes back to the fear of making mistakes. This is not about your vocabulary level, your pronunciation level, these technical things. This is another level, right? This is more what's happening in your mind, your confidence level. Maybe your English is amazing, but you feel like other people are judging you. So if you could grow your confidence in English, you could forget about that fear of people judging you. But how in the world can you do that? Well, today I would love to talk to you about a way that thousands of my students have been able to grow their confidence, forget about that fear of making mistakes, that fear of judgment, because this is, in my opinion, as an English teacher for over the past 10 years, 15 years, this is the biggest hurdle. It's the mental hurdle. How can you grow your confidence And hopefully you will be able to grow your vocabulary, your pronunciation, your speaking skills at the same time. Well, I would love to tell you about that in just a minute. But first, I want to know, think about an ideal world, a dream. Let's imagine you book a ticket, you go to New York City, and you're walking on the streets and you're hearing conversations and you are 100% understanding them. And then you walk to your hotel and you are able to greet the person at the hotel easily, smoothly. Hey, how are you doing? Oh, how long have you been here? When did you get here? And you're able to respond, no problem. That would be amazing, right? So I want you to think about this ideal situation. How would your life change if you could speak English clearly and confidently? I want to hear from you. What would happen? Oh, this is very sweet. Fatima said, my teacher would be very proud of me. Yes, absolutely. I as well would be very proud of you. So I want to know, how would your life change? Would it change for your job? Would you be able to get the job you would like? Maybe a promotion you would like? You'd be able to connect with some of your international clients, maybe your international coworkers. You'd be able to have better relationships with them. Or maybe it's for travel. When you travel to, if you are Brazilian and you travel to Japan and you don't know any Japanese, well, knowing some English is going to help you. And those people who you are talking with in Japan, if they're also my student, they will be able to speak with you. You don't even need to go to an English-speaking country to use English for travel. I'm sure all of you who have traveled have experienced this, that anywhere you travel, English is going to be helpful. So I would love to know for you, what would be the biggest life change? Oh, I would be getting a new job. Amazing. That would be incredible. Oh, I would probably teach Spanish in England. So you'd be able to move to a new country, immerse yourself in English, but also have an interesting job that I bet you would be really good at. That sounds incredible. Oh, I can chat with strangers about our life in English in a beautiful spot. Yeah, so this is all about forming relationships. That's what language does, whether it's business relationships, family relationships, friendships. Language connects us. So you would be able to easily connect with other people. I'm sure you have experienced that hesitation if you have visited a place where you needed to use English and you walked into a shop and someone greets you and you just don't know what to say, or you maybe feel worried. What if they say more to me? Will I know how to respond? But if you could chat with strangers about your life in English, how incredible would that be? Well, while you are thinking of your answers, I want to focus on 2 words in this question. This is another little pronunciation practice, and it is especially tricky for certain students. I'm curious if it's going to be tricky for you. Let's say this sentence. I want you to listen to my voice and see if your pronunciation is the same as me. How would your life change if you could speak English clearly and confidently? Listen to the end of those 2 words. Clearly, confidently. Well, here we have ly at the end of both of those words. But look at this word, clearly. When I say the first L, can you see my tongue? Clear, clear. Yep, my tongue is coming out of my mouth clearly. But for that last L, it is not coming out. That means In English, we have two different pronunciations for the word L. And if you are going to have beautiful advanced English pronunciation, or if you're even just going to understand when other people are speaking, you need to have this tool in your toolbox. So I'm giving it to you right now. The two L's, the first L, clear. My tongue is coming out of my mouth. We call this a light L, light L. And you can remember this because when you say the word light, your tongue is also coming out of your mouth. And this is the L that you probably learned the most. But look at what happens at the end of this word. Clearly, ly. My tongue is actually inside my mouth. Ly. It is curled up and touching the top of my mouth. Clearly. This is called the dark L. My tongue is dark inside my mouth. There's a dark cave in there. And this is going to be a slightly different L pronunciation. We use this dark L often at the end of words, and the light L happens at the beginning of words. So the word clearly is the perfect way to practice that. And the word confidently uses that same dark L at the end. So let's practice these two words. I want you to hear your own voice, speak out loud with me, and practice using that L sound. Are you ready? Clearly. Confidently. Let's do it again. Clearly, confidently. Great work. Let's say that full question, and I want you to speak out loud, use your own voice. It is important. In fact, it is essential that you hear your own voice using English. Don't just listen to me. You need to be active as well. All right, let's say it together. How would your life change if you could speak English clearly and confidently? Great work. All right, I want to take a look at a few more of your wonderful sentences. I would be an international legal attorney. Oh, great. So your job would change if you could speak English clearly and confidently. When I speak English clearly and confidently, I can communicate with people naturally. And this is another great word at the end of your sentence, naturally, naturally. You're you're using that dark L inside your mouth. Yes, and this goes back to those connections. The reason for language is to communicate with people in the way that feels the most confident to you. In Japan, almost no one, maybe say almost no one can speak in English. Therefore, that is the most helpful. So for you, if you could be that person who spoke English clearly and confidently, the world would be open for you. You would have so many opportunities, and who knows what those might be. That would be incredible. Well, I would love to invite you to speak clearly and confidently every single day, kind of with me. Let me tell you about that in just a minute. In the 30-day speaking challenge. This speaking challenge is so much fun because you actually get a chance to speak every single day and get feedback every single day. So whether that means you'll be able to practice so that you can become a legal attorney, you can teach Spain in England, you can actually have confidence to express yourself in the best way. This is the goal. I want you to be able to have speaking practice. You probably have a lot of knowledge. There's some vocabulary that can be dusted off in your mind. There's some pronunciation that you can learn, but do you know what? Actually having speaking practice is the number one area that all of my students are lacking. They don't have enough speaking practice, and you probably are in the same boat. Unless you are married to an English speaker and live in an English-speaking country, you probably don't have enough opportunities to be able to speak in English. So in the 30-day speaking challenge, you will have an opportunity every single day to speak in English for as long as you want. Unlimited English conversations every single day, guided by me on the right path to become fluent. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the 30-day speaking challenge today. And if you have any questions about this, of course, you're welcome to write it in the comments and I will try my best to answer. Well, in the 30-day speaking challenge, the most important thing in my mind is that you are able to work on your speaking skills in the middle of your busy life. This point here, quickly improve without wasting time in the 21st century, is really tricky, right? We have busy lives, work, home, family, everything. And our lives are often go, 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 do this, do this, do this. Where can you possibly find time to practice English? I know you are here right now watching this, but in your daily life, when things get busy, tell me, English probably sometimes gets forgotten about, right? A couple days pass and you think, oh, I should have been studying English, but I just totally forgot. Well, I have designed the 30-day speaking challenge exactly for busy people. You will be able to easily, within 10 to 15 minutes every day, be able to improve your speaking, and you will look forward to it. You are not going to miss a single day because you will be really excited about the new topic the next day, the new speaking practice the next day, and within 30 days, it will pass so quickly because you'll have enjoyed yourself and you will not waste any time. No lists to memorize, no grammar exercises. This is 100% about speaking, practicing speaking every single day. And within the speaking challenge, we are using our specific method. I would like to teach you about that method to see if it could be a good fit for you. And in just a little bit, I'm going to show you inside the program so that you can take a look at it and see for yourself how it could be possible to speak every single day, even if you are around no English speakers. You'll be able to do it. I'll show you that. I'll show you inside the program in just a minute. But for now, I would love to share with you what some of my students have said about the 30-day speaking challenge. For me, I love to look at reviews before I join something or before I purchase a product. This is really important to me. And I could tell you forever about the 30-day speaking challenge, but what students say is the most important, right? So let me tell you, my student Ibrahim said, "What a sudden change in the way you speak English." His coworker told him this. "You have improved a lot. You speak like an American." Well, Ibrahim, I'm sure he had a wonderful day when he heard that. And my student Kong says, "I was always afraid to speak. I worried about making mistakes, so most of the time I just stayed silent. This 30-day practice really changed that for me. Step by step, I became less afraid, hooray, of speaking English. And now I actually enjoy it. Thanks to this challenge, speaking English no longer feels scary to me." This is music to my teacher's heart. To see actual confidence grow, this is a huge thing. This is something that it takes a lot to be able to grow your confidence, and to be able to do that within 30 days. Kong, I'm so happy for you. So let's go through the 30-day speaking challenge method, and I will explain a bit about it. You're welcome to ask any questions, and I will be able to I'll try my best to answer them, and then we'll take a look at it. So if you would like to join the 30-day speaking challenge, all you need to do is go to the link that's in the description of this video, speakenglishwithvanessa.com/live, and you will be able to join the speaking challenge. It is available only until tonight. Tonight is the last night at midnight. It will close, and this is your last chance to join the speaking challenge, which is why I'm telling you about it. So make sure that you check it out, and I'll tell you some more about it. So in the 30-day speaking challenge, we use the 3-step method: watch, quiz, and speak. This is the method that we have used in this challenge. And the first thing that you do is you are going to watch a sample video of me and also my husband, Dan, who many of you love, answering the daily question. Throughout the course, we will go day by day through common topics, fun topics, sometimes topics that will make you laugh, topics that will make you think, and you will have the chance to think about the daily question, use some specific vocabulary that I will show you in the video, because the second step is you'll take a little quiz, test yourself about the vocabulary that I used and my husband Dan used in our sample video. And then, most importantly, you will have the chance to speak. But before I show you that, I want to ask you, have you ever felt really nervous about speaking? Have you ever worried, like you said, about judgment? Or what are they thinking about my English? About the mistakes you make? How many mistakes am I making? Because you know what? When you're speaking in the real world, people aren't going to really correct you. They will either smile and nod, okay, but they won't understand you. And then you'll never know. Or you'll just speak and other people will just not be able to understand if they cannot. So you need to be able to practice speaking every single day, ideally, without this fear of embarrassment, without this fear of judgment. And the way that you can do that is with my special app, Speak with Vanessa AI. This app has helped many, many English students be able to have the speaking practice that they want. I have created this app with the world's expert language learners, and we have made it so that you are able to really improve your speaking skills, grow your vocabulary, and be active with English. All of my YouTube lessons are great for learning new vocabulary, listening to conversations, but you need the chance to speak. And I felt like this was the key that was missing. You need to be able to speak English with Vanessa if possible. And this is the way that you can do it. You can get immediate feedback every day by using the Speak with Vanessa AI app. So you will watch a little video about the daily question. You will learn some vocabulary about this topic. You will take a little quiz, and then you will go to Vanessa AI and speak with me. I would like to tell you a little bit more about Vanessa AI. Vanessa AI, as I said, we've created this with the world's leading language experts, and it is trained on my voice. So it sounds like me, which is wild. And it's been trained on my teaching style so that you can get instant feedback. It's just like speaking with me, and you're able to unbelievably get unlimited speaking practice. So you can speak for 5 minutes if you're having a busy day, or if you're really having a good time, you could speak for 3 hours. That time would pass by in a flash, and that fear, those worries would start to lessen, and you would be able to grow your confidence. And the side benefit is the more you speak, the more you're able to use the vocabulary that you know and be able to understand English as well, because Vanessa AI, my voice, is speaking with you. That's great. One of my students said, by nonstop speaking with Vanessa AI, I am not afraid of talking with others in English. This is the goal. And for Yishwan, she was able to just have that confidence that she had always wanted to speak with others by nonstop speaking with Vanessa AI. That is some dedication, and I wonder if you're the kind of person who could have that dedication as well. My student Judy said, I spent less time worrying about making mistakes and more time focusing on communicating my ideas. So when you're speaking with Vanessa AI, after a few minutes, you realize, oh, it is different from speaking with a real human. That fear of judgment, that fear of embarrassment starts to go away. And instead, you can actually focus on what you're trying to say. And this gives you the freedom, really, to be able to use the vocabulary you know, pull from all that sentence structure that you've practiced, and just communicate your ideas like Judy. And she said, over time, speaking English started to feel more natural instead of stressful. How beautiful is that, Judy? I am so happy for you. Christoph says, the 30-day speaking challenge reduced my fear of making mistakes. The challenge significantly boosted my confidence and made speaking English feel easier and more enjoyable. Speaking with Vanessa AI every day is a very special modern technique to be able to help you reduce your fear, boost your confidence, speak English easier. I mean, what more could you want, right? So I want to know, for you, have you ever had feedback on your English speaking skills? Maybe you've had an English class where a teacher gave you some feedback. Or maybe you joined a one-on-one course and you were able to speak with a teacher and they gave you some feedback. Or maybe you never have. I want to know, for you, have you ever had the opportunity to get some feedback? To see, what's my vocabulary like? What's my pronunciation like? Can you actually understand me? Let me know in the comments if you have ever had feedback on your English speaking skills. And while you are thinking about that, I would love to read this wonderful comment. Gwilyn says, who can understand this feeling? Your ears work, your eyes work, but when it comes to your mouth, it says, no, you won't. Oh, I love this. It's great to use humor, especially when you're feeling frustrated by something, because how frustrating is that? Your ears work, your eyes work, and then when you try to speak in English, So this is a way for you to be able to actually speak and get your mouth working in the same way that your ears and your eyes are working. Mani Kandan says, yes, I was told that my English is understandable, but I need to improve my grammar, vocabulary, and confidence while speaking. That's great. So you got some really good feedback, and you need to be able to take action to improve your grammar, improve your confidence, improve your vocabulary. And a great way to do that is to have that constant speaking practice. And a very cool thing about using Vanessa AI is at any time as you're having a conversation, you can simply ask, what's that word? Did I say that right? What's another way to say this? And Vanessa AI knows everything, more than me, and can give you those tools so that you can actually get feedback on how you're speaking. Sweet Susu says, no, I've never had feedback. Zeman says, yes, everyone says I'm not bad, but it could be better. It's so vague, right? How could I be better? What could I do? Wee says, I always ask myself, do I sound natural or just funny? And you don't know, right? Because in the real world, people usually don't correct you unless you're paying a teacher to specifically correct you. And maybe you're just walking around in the world and people think, man, he sounds funny. Or maybe they're not thinking that. Maybe that judgment is just in your head. But it's good to grow your confidence so that you're able to actually speak. Zubo says, I can speak English in a meeting, but I want to be more professional like natives. The level of English matters to me. Yes, I think especially in the workplace, you're trying to represent yourself. You're trying to represent your company. You're trying to express exactly, maybe even a technical point in English accurately and clearly. And there's also a lot of nuance when it comes to speaking English in a business situation. This is a very high level skill. And if you feel really intimidated by that, you need to practice a lot. And you cannot just walk into the meeting and be able to have quick, natural, professional English. You need to practice a lot in advance. So this is one of the reasons why we have created the 30-day speaking challenge, so that when you walk into that meeting and you want to be more professional, you'll be ready. You'll have had so much practice, so much experience that it will be no problem. So I would like to show you inside the 30-day speaking challenge and see Vanessa AI at work. We're going to take a look at the course. I'm going to share my screen with you, and you are going to see how you can use this 3-step method where you're going to watch, quiz, and speak, with the emphasis on speak, right? So let me share my screen with you, and we will take a look at this together. All right. You're now on my computer. How does it feel? So here we have the 30-day speaking challenge. And when you join this program, you will have access to the Start Here section. Let's take a look. In the Start Here section, I have given you the tools you need to know how to begin this program. I have given you some downloadable tools, a video that you can watch, and some tools to help you use Vanessa AI. Let's take a look at Vanessa AI. So this is the day 1 lesson. Every day you will be given a conversation question. The theme for the first week is daily routines. Every week has a different theme. I'll tell you the week 2 theme in just a minute. But the week 1 theme is daily routines. So our first question for day 1 is, who usually makes breakfast in your house? What do you normally eat? Every day you will welcome this quick lesson where I give my answer. My husband, Dan, gives his answer as well. And your
blueberries, and then
speaker answered this question. You can look at the transcript. Maybe there were some words that were new for you. We used some common vocabulary while we were speaking, so you can review the vocabulary, take our quiz. I don't usually cook a big breakfast. Most mornings, pancakes, because I don't eat much. I do pancakes. I stir pancakes. It's worth pancakes. Which one should I choose? Let's choose this one. Correct. All right. And then you will go to the next question. This is the quiz. And then at the bottom, do you see this? This is your chance to speak with Vanessa AI. You do not need an account. You do not need to log into Vanessa AI. You can just speak. Now, if you do not create a free account with Vanessa AI, you will only get 7 interactions back and forth each day. It's free to create an account, and you'll get unlimited conversations every day if you do that. So that's my recommendation. But let's see what happens when we click this. Go full screen. All right. Here.
One, who usually makes breakfast in your house? What do you normally eat?
Wow. So Vanessa AI is going to ask you this question. I'm not sure if the sound on my computer is coming through the video or not, but it sounds very much like me. And you can simply click speak and speak. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to let me speak because I'm also making this video, but let's give it a try. Who usually makes breakfast in your house? What do you normally eat? Well, usually in my house, my husband, Dan, makes breakfast, and he makes eggs or sometimes oatmeal. This morning, he actually made oatmeal. All right. It has written out.
That sounds really nice, and oatmeal is such a cozy breakfast. Do you usually prefer eggs, or do you like oatmeal better on most mornings?
All right. So Vanessa AI is continuing the conversation. It's not that you just had a chance to say one thing. You have the chance to continue the conversation. Now, let's say that it's possible you are not sure what a word means. Let's say the word cozy. Let's click on this word.
Cozy.
And do you see there's two words here? Well, when you log in to Vanessa AI, you can choose your native language. And I have chosen English, so that's why it shows the same word twice. But it will show a translation of every word in your native language, plus a pronunciation. You can translate every sentence to the language you have set. Now, because I set it to English, it translates it into English. Not very helpful, right? But when you set it to your native language, it will translate it. You can analyze the grammar of the sentence. So let's do that for this sentence, grammar analysis. And it will take a moment. Think about the grammar. What I mean is this has been created with language learning in mind. So all of the vocabulary, collocations, grammar, all of this has been set up to help you build your vocabulary and grammar as a language learner. Now we can continue to speak for hours and hours if you want. Let's see what happens. Do you usually prefer eggs or do you like oatmeal better on most mornings? I usually prefer eggs, and there's a certain way that I like my eggs, but I don't really know how to say it in English. All right, let's see if Vanessa AI can help me think about different
That sounds
ways
interesting, and I'd love to hear it.
about using
How do you like your eggs?
talking about eggs. How do you like your eggs? Well, I usually mix them up in the pan, but what kind of eggs is that? I don't know what that's called. All right, let's see. You mix them up in a pan.
You mix them in the pan, so you mean scrambled eggs? That's the usual name for them? You mix them in the pan, so you mean scrambled eggs?
Yes.
That's the usual name for them?
All right, well, it looks like it has repeated it. Maybe it's not perfect, but it's using this word scrambled. Great. Yes.
Scrambled.
So this is the type of eggs. Let me ask another question. Now, if I didn't scramble the eggs, if I just put the egg in the pan and there's still the white and the yellow, what's that called? What kind of eggs is that? Sometimes my husband makes those types of eggs too.
That's usually called fried eggs? That's usually called fried eggs.
Yep.
They can be sunny side up if the yolk stays runny.
That is true. So these are called fried eggs or sunny side up eggs. And we are able to ask about various types of vocabulary. You can ask about pronunciation as well. Let's say that for you, you want to learn some breakfast vocabulary. Well, let's just ask. I've never really talked about breakfast in English before, so can you give me some vocabulary that I can use to talk about breakfast?
Sure, that's a great topic. You can say things like scrambled eggs, fried eggs, oatmeal toast, and coffee. What do you usually say you want for breakfast?
Well, I don't like coffee, so I usually want tea with some milk in it and maybe just one, what was the word? Scrambled, one scrambled egg.
That sounds really good, and tea with milk is a nice choice. One scrambled egg is a very natural way to say it. Do you usually eat anything with it, like toast or fruit?
All right, so here it is naturally implementing new vocabulary, toast, fruit. You can even use the word usually, and it's responding to my conversation. Now, because I am not logged in, the amount of conversation that I can have each day is limited. Do you see up here it says 6? If I speak one more time, it will block and it will say you need to log in to be able to speak more. So what I recommend is creating a free account. When you join the 30-day speaking challenge, you get a free account at Vanessa AI, and you're able to speak as much as you want every single day. So each day there is this same method. On day 2, are you the kind of person who needs tea or coffee in the morning? What happens if you don't drink it? Well, my husband Dan loves coffee, so you will enjoy his answer there. And there is some useful vocabulary, the quiz, and you'll be able to speak. So it will ask you the question.
2, are you the kind of person who needs coffee or tea in the morning?
Of the day.
What happens if you don't have it?
And you can answer the question as well. So if you want to never create a Vanessa AI account, you can just use it like this, but you can also download the mobile app and you're able to use your phone to speak with Vanessa AI. So this is something that most students do because it is created as a mobile app, and you're able to, on the phone, speaking challenge, just simply click on day 1 and it will ask you the questions and you can use your phone. I prefer this method because a phone is a really useful tool to be able to speak. And on the phone, there are other features such as a leaderboard. See who has grown their vocabulary the most. Right now, Ted Shin is at the top of the leaderboard. Kungmin Lee is number 2. Yuko Sato is number 3. Bob Borbenko, you're number 4. Work a little harder and you might become one of the top 3 as well. You can also use the flashcard system. So on the app, there are flashcards that you're able to use. And this app is 100% included in your 30-day speaking challenge purchase. So you're able to use the phone app for the 30 days, and you're able to use it on the course website for as long as you want. So the web version is available for lifetime, but the phone app is available during the 30 days. So this is a great opportunity to be able to see if this works for you and how you can actually grow your speaking confidence over 30 days. Just a quick announcement. The course begins tomorrow. So you need to join right now at speakenglishwithvanessa.com/live. This is a course that we are all studying together. It is essential to be able to study it every single day. Yes, you might miss a day. That's normal. Try your best to study 2 lessons the next day and keep up, because we will all be studying together and practicing the lessons and the vocabulary, sharing our success together. So I want you to be able to join me. Right now, there is a 20% off discount. Usually this course is $70, but you can join it for $55. This is the discounted price. If you join today, by the end of the night, by midnight EST. So you have 12 hours to join the 30-day speaking challenge, get access to the entire course, and also in the comments of each lesson, I will be there, my teachers will be there, and we will be giving you feedback, answering your questions, helping you along throughout the entire 30 days. I want to say a quick shout out. We have a few people here who have joined the 30-day speaking challenge. Tiago Santos, thanks for joining. Hello. Martin Deschaux, welcome, welcome. Ursula Huck, thanks so much for joining. Oh, I'm very glad that you are here. Oh, I see many other names. Thank you so much. I am really excited to share the next 30 days with you, but this starts tomorrow. So please take action because you don't want to miss day 1. We are going to be going through this together. And now it is your chance. Do you have any questions for me? You're welcome to take a look at the page where you can get all of the information, speakenglishwithvanessa.com/live. And there's a lot of information there. I have made a video explaining the entire program, but also I am here live. So feel free to to ask me any questions. How can I get this, please? There is a link in the comments, speakenglishwithvanessa.com/live, and you can, you're able to join it today. Today, before midnight. That's when the discount ends, and we will begin tomorrow. Angela has a question. What app is it? It is the Speak English with Vanessa app. So this is the Speak English with Vanessa AI app. And we have created this with 3 of the world's best known language polyglots who are experts in learning language. So all of the features here have been chosen specifically to help you be able to grow your language skills. And when you join the 30-day speaking challenge, you're able to get access to this app for free. Usually it is a paid app, but during the speaking challenge, you get free access so that you can connect it with the course and be able to really improve your skills. This is a very common question. Who is the course for? So this course, in my opinion, is for students who can understand my voice. If you have watched my YouTube videos or this video and you can understand me, maybe you can have some conversations, but you really feel like you hesitate to be able to fully express yourself. There are plenty of topics that you just don't know how to talk about, or when you have the chance to talk about them, like we mentioned, your mouth doesn't know how to work. This is your chance to be able to loosen those muscles, grow your confidence, and be able to use not only what you've learned, but also what you are going to learn over the next 30 days. This is also a great question. What is the refund policy? For all the Speak English with Vanessa courses, we offer a 30-day money-back, no questions asked refund policy. So you are welcome to just send me an email and say, you know what, this course actually didn't work for me, and we'll send your money back. But I am very confident that when you try this course, you will be amazed at how your English speaking confidence grows day by day. You are really going to be able to use English in a way that you never have before. If you have not joined one of my speaking challenges before, you're going to be amazed. This is a great way day by day to be able to use English, speak out loud, learn new vocabulary, be able to talk about a variety of topics. A lot of my students have said this too, that they're used to just talking about the same things. Where are you from? What's your job? How was your weekend? But there are so many other topics we need to talk about in order to be fluent. And in the 30-day speaking challenge, we talk about a lot of those. I think I mentioned that I would tell you what is the week 2 topic. So the week 1 topic in the speaking challenge is daily routines. This is the theme. The week 2 theme is holidays. So you're going to be able to talk about special holidays in your country, holiday memories from childhood, things that you wish you could do on a holiday. We're going to be using all different types of verb tenses, all different ways of expressing yourself. It is important to not just talk about the most common 5 questions that you get asked all the time. You are going to be expanding your speaking skills. So if anyone has any final questions, I can answer them for you. And I hope that you will be able to join me in the 30-day speaking challenge tonight, because in 12 hours, this discount, the 20% discount, will close. We begin tomorrow on July 11th. Right now it is July 10th, 2026. We begin tomorrow. Do not miss it. We will be very sad that you are not there. And we'll be having a great time practicing speaking every single day. So make sure that you click on the link in the comments and in the description, speakenglishwithvanessa.com/live, and you join us to start speaking tomorrow. In 30 days, you will not be able to recognize your English speaking skills because your confidence will have grown. It will be so much easier for you to speak in English. You'll be able to focus on what you want to say instead of the fear of making mistakes. You will be a new person, I could say. Well, thank you so much for joining me today for this live lesson. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your Friday, and I hope to see you inside the 30-day speaking challenge so that we can start tomorrow with you. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.